What's up, everyone? This is Guyman Adams from Mid-City Digital, midcitydigital.com. And in today's video, I kind of want to go a little different direction than our previous videos. So far we've been talking about web hosting and how to, set up WordPress and all that. This is kind of a parallel topic to setting up your own independent website, at least in my view. With Mid City Digital, one of the big motivators for me to create this web hosting business, I wanted to be in control of my own hosting and be able to help my clients stay in control of their own hosting and their own domains and all that. And I wanted to get away from these huge conglomerates, these multinational corporations, like GoDaddy and whatnot, and Google domains and all this stuff. I wanted to have more direct hands-on control of all of these different things, and I feel that's really important for anyone who owns a website. I mean, that's paramount. If you're with one of these bigger companies, you're not really fully in control, because at any point, somewhere within their terms of service, they could blacklist you, they could boot you off, they could terminate your domain, and all sorts of stuff. I mean, there's a plethora of stories out there about that happening to various people all over the world for many years now. So the idea is, for me, is to become more independent with these things. With that, being a small businessman, obviously I need to be able to get out there on the web and promote my stuff, promote my work, promote my platform, my hosting platform, that is. And, unfortunately, the main place everybody, not everybody, but the main place a lot of people go are places like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And they, use these platforms to promote their services, to advertise. And there's kind of a bait and switch thing with the advertising model that's on those platforms that I really don't like. I mean, they kind of invite you in on these platforms, and they encourage you to advertise, and you start spending all this money running ads. And if you don't walk the line just right, if you happen to say or express some idea or opinion that's just a little bit outside their terms of service, they might call it hate speech or something ridiculous. Then suddenly you're off the platform. So I don't understand that, and quite frankly, it seemed kind of pointless to me. And so many of those platforms have become completely toxic, entirely toxic. They've become entirely politicized to such an extent that I can't use them. So several years ago, at this point, I completely deleted my Facebook account, completely. I have kind of a hidden account that I use for managing business pages for certain clients, but I don't use it really. Those clients barely use it. They barely ask me to do anything for them, for their pages, their Facebook pages. So it's like, I don't know why it's there. I mean, people are disengaging from these platforms. But I did the same thing with Twitter. I completely deleted all those accounts because it was just totally toxic. Everything was politicized. You couldn't talk about anything without it becoming politicized. So today I want to talk about finding alternative social media platforms. And I'm going to kind of just breeze through a whole bunch of these. Maybe I'll make more detailed videos on certain ones in the future, because there's certain features on a lot of these that are really awesome. But we need an alternative place to go to kind of share our information, share our ideas, both personally and commercially. So keep in mind, a lot of these alternative platforms, colloquially referred to as AltTech, that's a pretty cool term in my view. But these AltTech websites, so many of them have been maligned and just totally defamed in the mainstream media. Like they're just for crazy right wingers or whatever, and that's not true at all. There's a massively diverse group of people on each one of these sites. Although I will say they are much more old school, wild, wild west internet, which I very much appreciate. These sites are not nerfing basic common sense free expression. As long as it's legal and lawful, you can say it there. It might be controversial, but if it's legal and lawful, no problem. They're following Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act the way it's supposed to be understood. So let's start with Minds.com. Mid-City Digital is over on Minds.com. Please go set up an account on Minds.com. Check it out. There's a lot of great features to this site. This is a perfect replacement to Facebook. And I've been really impressed with it. I've been using it for a couple of years now. And I've got a few subscribers over here on Mid-City Digital. I would love to improve that number, so go over there and subscribe. I generally tend to share our videos over there, and occasional little tidbits about tech-related stuff. And they have this system where you could boost your post using the Minds token. So it's a cryptocurrency, and most of these AltTech sites, a lot of them are using cryptocurrencies. Some are using their own cryptocurrency they've built off of the Ethereum network. Others, they just offer options for Bitcoin or whatever. But you can boost your own post just like advertising over on Facebook, but you use the Minds token here, so that's really cool. Similarly, if I hop over here into my news feed, like here's Bill Ottman, the founder of Minds.com. If I wanted to, I could tip him. So I could be like, hey, I really like that. I'm going to tip with either a Minds token, or you could set it up to go to US dollar or Ethereum or Bitcoin. That'd be crazy to send him one Bitcoin right now. But anyway, you get the idea. There's options here to both promote your own stuff, to get people to tip you for your content, if it's good enough or impressive enough. You can tip other creators, and there's a wide variety of creators covering all kinds of stuff over here on Minds. And their mobile platform, it's available on Android and iOS, and the mobile version is really cool. Very impressed with it. It kind of freaks me out when they do updates on it, and they'll kind of change it around. They recently changed it around quite a bit. It's a bit more sophisticated all of a sudden. That kind of upset me last week. I was like, what the heck's going on here? But it's actually pretty cool. It's starting to integrate some sort of Instagram looking features in the interface on the mobile version. So you might check that out. But yeah, so give that a look. Also, as far as video platforms, one of my favorites these days is BitChute.com. And you can see, this is pretty pathetic. I only got 2 subscribers over there right now. Well, I've only got 3 subscribers so far on YouTube. Getting started on YouTube these days is just brutal, and it's almost borderline pointless. However, even though I've got only like 2 subscribers, I'm getting okay views for just getting started over here on BitChute. I have over on YouTube, I've got 5 views, 10 views. Here I've got 52, 82, 87. And I'm just getting started with this video stuff. I'm just kind of getting everything set up and worked out and figuring out how I want to do it. Similarly, let's go in here. Here, we don't want to play that. But see, you have similar options. You can tip, different channels however you want. And leave comments and all that. It's like old school YouTube. The thing with BitChute, they don't have live streaming quite yet, but I would strongly recommend, if you can afford to, throw a couple of bucks towards them, and help them expand. I mean, this has been a crowdsourced funding thing that they've been doing for a long time now, just trying to build out their infrastructure. Um, there's basic infrastructure, basic operations team, support team, development team. I mean, yeah, they recently started with their own comment thing. They were using a different platform to handle the comment sections. Yeah, they're just adding improved infrastructure is where they're going next. So check that out. You can also sign up for premium memberships. Similar thing over on Minds. You can get a premium membership. There's like a plus membership and the pro membership that has additional different features you can get. But you can do that here as well. So that's pretty cool. You can, donate with any of these cryptos that you want. Now, let's see, another video platform to take a look at. Yeah, please follow us over on BitChute because you never know. Let me go over here. One thing I almost forgot. One of the main reasons I'm using BitChute is because you never know with YouTube. So under your settings with any BitChute account, you can go down and you can drop your YouTube channel ID in here, and this usually it works. Sometimes I've noticed it doesn't quite work 100%. Maybe it's just because I've got a small channel and not a whole lot of activity just yet. But for a lot of the bigger, more popular channels, they've plugged this in on their settings, and it just automatically grabs everything that's on their YouTube and just ports it right over to BitChute, pretty much automatically. For me, it's kind of been hit and miss. Sometimes it would port it over, other times it would just totally not. So I'd have to manually upload. But it's not a big deal right now. But that's a feature that's there, and it usually tends to work. So check that out. That's really handy to have that to back up your YouTube. Should you ever get banned from YouTube for, saying a naughty word, or having the wrong opinion, you can still have your stuff backed up over here. And I can't believe how many YouTubers, like big ones, and even like mid-sized ones who just have a few thousand followers, that they don't even have BitChute at all. And when you try to mention it to them, they look at you like you got three heads. They're like, what's BitChute? And it's weird they haven't heard about it by now. So get on over there, you guys. Another one to take a look at is Brighteon.com. This one, similar. It's very similar in function to BitChute. I like this one because it's owned and operated by a really cool patriot right here in my home state of Texas. Actually, this guy right here, Mike Adams. He's for many years done a lot of stuff on Natural News is one of his other sites where he talks about health and wellness and natural remedies and all that. So there's a lot of content like that you'll see on this platform. And let me pause real quick. I want to jump into the back end and kind of show you how the back end looks a little different on this one. Okay, so on Brighteon.com, this is a little bit different. You can't just, upload till your heart's content. Essentially, when you're a new user, you can upload up to 50 videos. And because it's a small operation and it's free to use right now, and they're trying to make sure there isn't a bunch of garbage being put on their free site. They're trying to be cool and kind of just let anybody come in and post whatever. They manually approve each one of these videos. Like somebody actually, watches it and goes, all right, that's cool. That's legal and lawful. It can be up there. So even if you're like, spouting, stuff, like, oh, I hate the government, whatever. Hey, as long as it's legal and lawful, okay. That's kind of the view that a lot of these alternative media websites have, or the alternative tech sites have. So yeah, you can see they're all approved here. But at a certain point after, I think you have to receive X number of subscribers or I think that's what it is, before you can upgrade and begin to put more videos on. Let me check this out. Um, yeah, there is some kind of, let's see. Yeah, how to unlock. Here it is. User level new user, and this is where I'm at. I don't have any subscribers right now on Brighteon, I don't believe. Um, but anyway, once you have 1,000 channel views, you can do 100 videos. Once you have 2,500, you can do 250, and so on and so forth. Um, so yeah, there's a handful of users over there who have managed to get over 20,000 views on their channel, and they can upload as much as they want. But similarly, uh, there's ways you can monetize your videos over here as well. You can tie it to your Subscribestar, your PayPal, etc. So this one's really cool. I just kind of wanted to point out, like, show how this is a very different custom interface. These guys built this from the ground up. Um, it's really impressive, and I just kind of like the general layout. I guess right now one of the things with Brighteon is this thing. This says request invitation, so maybe they're not um, totally just free for all taking new users. Um, and yeah, maybe it's, yeah, they got to kind of check that you're a real person, you're not a bot, that kind of thing. But anyway, check it out. I really like Brighteon. They also have like a totally separate website, brighteonstore.com, that helps support their efforts here. They have a lot of cool herbs and supplements and survival gear and all this stuff over there that's pretty awesome. So check that out, and that would help support this website. Um, but the more people on the field, the better, in my opinion. Let me close that. So I mentioned Subscribestar. Now this is the alternative tech, the AltTech that covers the financial side of things. There's there this past like 2 or 3 years, there's been so many stories of people getting deplatformed off of sites like Patreon.com, where people are they're just trying to raise money to keep building their content. They're artists, they're musicians, they're just commentators, like whatever. And so yeah, they put it out there. People give them money, and they can continue doing what they're doing. They can continue to improve their recording gear, their video gear, their sound equipment, whatever, their lighting, etc. But then they get deplatformed off of Patreon. What do? They found Subscribestar. Now this one, it's interesting. This platform is very much like Patreon. You can see here why Subscribestar. It's independent, flexible, and attentive to your needs. No micromanagement, overreactions, or judgments. They're very free speech oriented. Transparent, comprehensive statistics, safe, blah, 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 blah. And there are a ton of people moving over to Subscribestar away from Patreon, because Patreon, like so many of the other big tech platforms, they've become so censorious that it's, why do you even want to be there? So you can check that out. We do have a Mid-City Digital account over here. I'm still getting it verified and set up. So there'll be more about that in the future. I guess, did I? Yeah. Nah, okay. I'll show that at a future date. So we will have a Mid-City Digital Subscribestar coming soon. So check that out. That's pretty awesome. Now the rest of these, I'm going to blaze through these. If you want a replacement for Twitter, check out Parler.com. This one is definitely a bit more conservative leaning for sure, because that's just who they happen to promote it to initially. So there's a lot of these Fox News people over there. But I'm also seeing, I have a personal account over here, and I'm starting to see more and more diversity of, just artists and, musician types kind of popping up. And that's what we want to see on all these. We don't want these platforms to strictly be journalists, on one side or the other, I mean, we don't want all the Fox News people to be on Parler and then all the CNN people to be on Twitter. That's just super lame, you know. But this one is about free speech and privacy, etc. And I'll tell you, I have a personal account over here. I don't have a Mid City Digital account over here, but signing up for this one, the mobile app is incredible. It's really awesome, very fast and easy to use. If you know how to use Twitter, if you've ever used Twitter, this will be perfectly intuitive. Now, the desktop version is pretty insane. When you go to log in, it'll make you go through like 3 different steps of verification. So it's not just 2-factor authentication; it's like 3-factor. There'll be like the CAPTCHA first of all, and then it'll send you an SMS message. Then you got to punch that in. So it's pretty intense, and it forces you to have a really super strong password because clearly, they don't want to get hacked. They don't want their users getting hacked. So that's pretty vital. So you can check that one out. Similarly, Gab.com. Look at this. This is just like Twitter, except it's not Twitter. And this is one of the platforms that has been grotesquely defamed in the mainstream media. This is not a website for the bad guys from World War II, okay? Let's just get that straight. And I do have a Mid-City Digital account over here. I haven't used it in quite a long time. I need to kind of get back on that. I've also got a personal account over here. Last time I was there, I was seeing all kinds of people from all different walks of life, all different views, etc. So, make no mistake. I mean, look at this. You got people posting like cool photography. That's awesome. And there's General Flynn. I mean, yeah, there's some political people. There's people posting pictures of their dogs. I mean, that's awesome. But it's not Twitter and it's not Facebook, and that is the point. And so, similarly with these, you can support different users over here, and you can monetize in different ways over here. Let's move on. Another alternative platform is Telegram. This is more of a messaging thing. I haven't personally used this one, but I keep hearing people talk about it. I might set up an account or 2 over here to see what that's all about. So maybe check out Telegram. I just want to throw that out there. Another up-and-comer is Library, LBRY. We do have a Mid-City Digital account over here, but so far I'm very confused about how this site works. There's a lot of really cool content creators that are already over here, and I'm just trying to navigate my way through how to get my account all set up over there. But yeah, it has video and everything else on it. Library is secure, open, and community-run digital marketplace. Enjoy the latest content from your favorite creators as a user, not a product. So, a lot of these alt-tech platforms, they're taking on a new, evolved philosophy with this stuff. They're not just trying to market to you and collect your data and sell it to the highest bidder and all this crap. These guys have the library thing is actually a cryptocurrency as well. So that's another thing going on with them. So check them out. Now, if you want to look at alternative options for live streaming, I know a lot of people have been going over to DLive. Although I've heard that DLive has actually banned a few people here and there for no particular rational reason. But it seems like by and large, it's probably okay. It seems like DLive is primarily trying to pick up the gamer crowd from Twitch and all that. Because, Twitch is owned by Amazon, and, if you step out of line with, whatever they think you're supposed to think, then, you're going to end up getting banned on Twitch. So a lot of people who have been getting banned on Twitch and banned on YouTube for, whatever they're doing with their live stream, they end up going over here to DLive. Now, I know there's a couple of other platforms for live streaming. I can't remember off the top of my head. But one that I've been hearing about, I'm going to be doing some more investigation into this one, is Orbis.net. I've been seeing a few people stream through this, and I guess it like streams out to different services and stuff. Not entirely sure about that. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that and kind of put that on the radar there. I mean, apparently they have their own app with this, so it must be for more professional types the way it is. So, lastly, I wanted to point out something as far as alternative tech, as far as cryptocurrencies and ways to support people. I would strongly recommend that everybody check out the Brave browser. So with the Brave browser, it uses the basic attention token as a cryptocurrency that you can earn while you're just using the internet. I mean, this little tiny chunk, that's just for like, a couple of days of just using the internet, just using this browser, and just, kind of work with it, walk away. And it'll occasionally like throw like a tiny little ad will like kind of scroll out, and you just close it, no big deal. But it'll show you're getting paid basic attention tokens to just see these images that they put here. So that's kind of neat. And of course, you can convert that into Ethereum and then cash it out into, US dollars or whatever else from there. Cryptocurrency 101. But the thing is, you can tip different content creators, different website owners directly. So for instance, over here on midcitydigital.com, if you like what we're doing and say maybe you don't need a hosting account or whatever, you don't need a website, but you kind of dig what we're doing, you could, in your Brave browser, you could click here and you could tip Mid-City Digital in basic attention token. So, you tap this, and I literally just updated this. This is supposed to have our logo and, a cool graphic right there. But anyways, 1 BAT is about 26 cents. 10 BAT is about $2.60 and so on. So, and you can make it recurring or whatever. But similarly, I set it up even over on our YouTube channel. If you go to the YouTube channel here, I set it up here. And yeah, that's more how it's supposed to look. So similarly, you could tip that way through here just by using the Brave browser. And let's see, there's a, you can set up your own crypto wallet with the Brave browser and, add and remove your crypto out of there. So that's a pretty cool feature. So I just wanted to kind of bring up this concept of AltTech to, the general audience out there. But, I'm particularly, like all my videos so far, I'm particularly, trying to hint towards my existing clients like, hey, psst, get on some of these other platforms, because there just might, and there probably will come a day that you're either going to get booted from these mainstream platforms like Facebook, etc., or you're just going to want to get out of Dodge like I did. I'm just kind of hanging on with YouTube just because, well, it's there, and everything I'm doing so far is kind of milquetoast. But it's just dry tech, tech related stuff that I'm doing so far. And that's kind of really all I'm interested in doing, quite frankly, as far as video stuff for the time being, anyways. But I just want to make everybody aware there's all these other platforms, that you could branch out in, and these platforms like Minds, BitChute, Brighteon, Parler, and Gab, Library, those in particular, they're not flooded with, web design how-tos, Photoshop how-tos, and, tech gurus and all that. Like a lot of them are, it's a lot of journalists and political activists who have been banned from these other platforms have gone over here to these. And some of them are involved in the creation of some of these platforms. But, we can't just keep it like that. We need to start having, more musicians, more artists, more cat videos, more, silly stuff like that. We could have more normal content on some of these other alternative platforms, and really start diversifying the web the way it's supposed to be. Get out of the internet ghettos of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and start expanding. Go to a service like midcitydigital.com and start your own website. I mean, if you want to start your own social media platform, your own video platform, you're going to need a dedicated server or something. But if you're a journalist or a musician, an artist, etc., if you're a blogger, we're a good place to start for an independent source to host your website. But yeah, branch out and just escape all these these other things that are just kind of wasting everybody's time and wasting everybody's energy. Facebook and all that, that's just like an energy drain. It's a time suck. And it's just time to escape. And let's branch out and create our own platforms and create our own communities elsewhere. Okay? That's what they want us to do, I think. But anyway, that's about all I got for right now. Maybe in future videos, I'll go deeper into some different features on things like mines and BitChute. There's a lot to talk about there. But until next time, my name's Guyman Adams, Mid City Digital. Take care.